So take a break from these shit movies I've been talking about lately. I want to talk about a movie that one of the two found footage movies that started this found footage nonsense. The first one, which I'll review later on in the future, was 1999's Blair Witch Project. That's the one that started it. But for this generation of a lot of found footage movies, this is the one that started it all. And this is not a terrible movie, to be honest. I know someone that might think different, but I'll explain. But we're gonna talk about it. 2007's, but it was indie at the time, so technically 2009's, however you want to say it, Paranormal Activity. So, someone that I know doesn't know these movies, and they enjoy this movie, and it's not good for them. They say it's not good. If they had kids, they would so take kids to see this because it's not even scary. I might differ different. Does this mean this movie's scary? No, not really, but it did do history. So, stars Katie and Micah are haunted by a supernatural presence in their home. And they just gotta set cameras up and find out what the fuck's going on and everything, and this is it. This is what our movies. What happens when you sleep? Don't see it. This budget was $15,000. That's more lower than the Gallows. And I remember talking about the Gallows being $100,000. This was $15,000. So in October of 2007, it was released at Screamfest. But they thought, let's release it to US wide in theaters. So they released it, I guess, around September of 2009. And it's a good thing they did. Because this is a pretty good movie. This isn't scary as much as I thought it would be. Because I watched it 1, 2, and 4 that I had of the movies at the beginning of the year. And I thought, let's watch them. And I watched them and they were pretty good still. It's not as scary as I thought it was anymore. Which is understandable. And I really thought, oh. Oren Peli directed. He produced it with Jason Blum. He wrote it. He had cinematography for him. And he edited it. For that, he did pretty good for what he was doing. This is one of the only people that could do this, apparently. I really enjoy this movie. That doesn't mean it's a good movie. I'm just saying, this is a really damn pretty good movie. Let's just touch on to it. So let's start with the movie. The acting is not good, probably. But you expect that. I mean, this is a low-budget movie. For what they are, they're trying. They're really trying, especially when that Gallows bullshit, this is the one that started it, where Katie plays Katie and Micah plays Micah. Alright. The dialogue for what it is decent. It's not garbage, it's not terrible. I expected it to be better, to be honest, for sure. But I was like, whatever, it's what it is. I mean, it's not horrible. It could be better. The found footage element, I enjoyed it actually. Even though it gets bullshit later on through the years, but for this, I enjoyed it. It was fine for what it was doing. I expected it to be better, but this is low budgeted, so I thought, you know what, for what it is, I'm fine with it. They set it up. Oh, if you try to leave this house or something, it's gonna follow you and everything. I like that actually better, even though this is the one that started it. I thought this made more sense. Unlike other movies that are like, oh, this happens because this happens, so you gotta do this in order to stop this thing. I'm like, give me a fucking break, guys. I don't want to hear this shit. This I understand, and I was fine with it. I mean, I was like, okay, cool. So let's watch this movie and see how it goes. And I was fine with it. It could have been a lot more worse than I thought it would. Now let's talk about those good old jump scares. They're not bad in this one, actually. And that's surprising, because as of late throughout the years, jump scares are fucking ridiculous. There's not many of them in this one, and I was fine with it. There's a lot of, oh, this shit. You see this shit, and see this shit, and see this shit. That's why I did mostly because this is a low budget, and I was fine with it, actually. They did pretty good on that. Oren Peli just really knows how to do it. I mean, he is the creator that did this, so he thought, let's do this. Let's see what we can do here. And I thought, shit, release that shit, man. I mean, this shit does a lot. This ain't a legacy, though. I will say that. This ain't nowhere as a legacy. But for making history, this is a damn good effort. The horror elements, the intensity in it, they were there. I mean, there's moments where I was like, all right, fine. That was bullshit, but I was like, whatever. It's there. I was fine with it. It was pretty cool. There is some problems. Some of the dialogue is pretty bad. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. So overall, just saying it like now, the dialogue was mixed for it. One of the biggest problems with this is that it's boring. And I'm being serious with all heart. I was actually getting bored for good portions of it. And some parts I was like, come on, please do something. Make something happen, please. And I was waiting for it. I was like, come on, guys, make something happen. Anything happened by this point. And I was just sitting there at points. I was like, there's talking, and there's talking, and there's talking. And I was like, oh, what if this ghost does this, or does this, or does this? And when they were talking about, oh, why their places being haunted and everything, I was actually bored. That says a lot right there. That says a whole fucking lot. And I was waiting for it. And even when shit was trying to happen, I was still kind of bored, to be honest. It doesn't make it a bad movie, but I was getting pretty bored for it. I was like, something, guys, anything, please. The second act is really where it got boring, like I said. Micah brings home a Ouija board and pisses Katie off. That was weird. It just showed up out of nowhere. And there's a scene where she calls the demonologist and he's out of country. Sure, because that really fucking helps, right? They just bring some random shit into the story, and I was like, alright, guys, you don't need to do this. It was weird. Let's talk about the third act. I'm not spoiling it. Okay, I shouldn't have said that because fuck it, who cares? Let's just talk about it. It's this one scene of their bedroom, and it's that one camera. Speaking of that, we gotta talk about the camera elements. Actually, I'm getting too out of myself. It's add more time in this review, so why not? Let's talk about the camera elements and the camera angles. I enjoyed it actually. It could have been better, but for a low budget, they made the camera elements pretty good. They set the cameras at the houses and everything, and each part of the rooms and everything in the house. I like that element actually. I think this kind of effect that started it. And I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, okay, so you can see it from the kitchen to the living room to other parts to the hallway into the bedroom. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And I liked it. It was actually decent for what I was doing. So let's talk about the third act now. There's a scene to where they're in the bedroom and they have the camera. Katie, I guess, goes downstairs and for a little bit, she screams. And then he runs to help her, and he's in pain, and she stops screaming, and he's dead. Threw him to the camera, knocked off the tripod, and she's basically turned demonic. She's got blood on her shirt, crawls to his body, and just tries to do that good old jump scare thing. And they say, oh, this was discovered by the police on October 11th, 2016. No, not 2016, 2006. And the whereabouts remain unknown. I didn't hate the ending. I was like, alright, it's fine, whatever. To make the movie going, I didn't hate it. I mean, for what it is, I was like, okay, I enjoyed it. I didn't really hate this movie as much. I think it was pretty good. Mainly the most surprising thing is that this box office rose. $15,000 budget, almost $200 million in the box office, like at $193 million. That is damn good for a low budget horror found footage movie. This and the Blair Witch Project are the ones that started the found footage effect. I saw Blair Witch Project, and they didn't do it till then for a while, and I thought, well, we're going to do this, and we're going to do Paranormal Activity, and make it happen for sure. They did it. The great job for Aaron Pelly. He does a damn good job for what he's given with this. And he worked his ass off for what the movie was doing. I mean, people say this is like one of the most scary movies ever made, or one of the most scary things. It's going to be hard to go back into bed and everything. And that's a good thing why they did this too, because people sleep in beds. And people get creeped out now by that shit. I like that effect. So I can relate to that now. But overall, I mean, the fact that the low budget, I didn't hate much of it. Except that some of the dialogue is cringy. The acting for what it is decent, but it's not good. It gets boring for a good portion of it. But, I mean, really, what else do you want me to say? This is a pretty good found footage movie. I wouldn't say it's really that scary as much because of the boringness for good parts of it. I mean, there's parts where it is scary, but for a good portion of it, I was bored. Like, the parts where they were bored, I was just like, there's nothing going on. There's no intensity. I'm not scared. I'm not shivering. There's no goosebumps down my chest or spine. I mean, I was just like, whatever. And the part that was scary, then I was freaked out. But it's just a mix on that. I was like, damn it. The jump scares are all right for what they are. I mean, this started the effect of it. But I was fine with it with the low budget. The camera element was cool. I like that. I was like, that's fine. Everything else is fine. The ending I liked for what it was. I was like, cool. You did that. That's pretty cool, guys. You did pretty good on that. But, I mean, overall, Paranormal Activity is a pretty good found footage horror movie. Whether it's 2007 or 2009, it still made an impact either way, and it did a damn good job. And that's where it spawned its sequels. Yeah, we got sequels. 2, 3, 4, the Mark 1, the Ghost Dimension. Oh, shit. But overall, I'm going to give Paranormal Activity a B, actually. I'm surprised because it's still a pretty good found footage horror movie. It's not all the way scary. I wished it was all the time, but it's not, unfortunately. But I still enjoy the movie for what it is, so I give it a solid B. So that is the review for Paranormal Activity. Don't worry, we'll talk about the other ones. We will for sure, but I'm going to do it in order so I can explain the story and say later on bullshit, trust me. But I will view the other ones soon. So until then, next time, peace out.